Good evening, welcome to We Mean Business. I'm Anisha Nair Dhawan. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development OECD says that China will become the largest economy by 2016 when it will surpass USA's economy. What implications will this have on India? Should India reassess its relationship and the level of engagement with its bigger Asian neighbour? To discuss this, I'm joined by Mr. Sumant Sinha. He's Chairman and CEO of Renew Power. We've got Mr. Ganesh Natarajan. He's Vice Chairman and CEO of Zensar Technologies. I also have with me Mr. Madan Sabnavis. He's Chief Economist with Care Ratings. Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to We Mean Business. Let's get this discussion going. Madan, let me come to you first. OECD says China will grow at 8.5% in 2013, when India will barely manage about 5% growth or so. Should we finally put to rest the constant comparisons that we have between India and China?
No, I think what we're seeing right now is only a kind of an aberration where we've deviated from the 8% growth path. And while it would probably take some time for us to get back onto it, I would tend to believe that the comparisons which we used to make with China earlier are still very much valid. And one should keep in mind the fact that in the last couple of years, even the Chinese economy has not really grown at the double-digit number which we've seen in the past. So I think there's going to be a kind of a convergence which is going to take place, and China is going to be a very serious partner as far as India is concerned. Given the fact that we could be expecting the Western economies, in particular the US and the Eurozone, to really turn around the corner in the next couple of years. So any kind of positive impulse which we would like to receive from the trade front would necessarily have to be directed towards emerging markets, of which I think China would be the most important partner. So definitely I think it's valid to bracket India along with China, notwithstanding the fact that there's been an aberration in the last couple of years. I'm quite confident that we'll get back towards this particular path, and the distance between the two countries would also tend to narrow down in course of time.
Right. Mr. Sinha, is it such a big catastrophe if India comes in second best to China? Because many people believe what China has done has no human parallel in history. It's exceptional. So is it really that bad if India is only second best?
No, I think the fact is that we have to do the best for our own people. We have a huge population. We have so many people who are in crying need of upliftment, and forget comparisons to China. We really just need to do what we can for our own population and our fellow Indians. And I think in that respect, clearly, if China has done what they have, they've had a certain kind of government, a certain kind of social and economic and cultural setup that has allowed them to press the pedal perhaps a little bit faster. But, I don't believe that there is any reason why we can't replicate and perhaps even exceed what China has done in the long term. I believe that India has the right ingredients in place. We have the right human talent in place. And I think we know what it takes to get to a high growth path. I think what we just need to really figure out better is how to stay there. And I think this is really where Indian governments have to really do their job, because I think the entrepreneurial talent is there. People are brimming with energy. The opportunity space is there. We just need the right enabling environment to be created for this, in a way, this energy to be unleashed. And I think if that happens on a more sustained basis than we've had in the last 10 years, perhaps, then I think that India can certainly continue to grow at high rates of 8% plus certainly for the next 2 to 3 decades. And if we can do that, we'll certainly, to my mind, their single biggest achievement has been that they have actually increased the per capita income of their people. And even beyond that, if you just go and look at China and you see the kind of quality of life that exists for a large mass of their people, the kind of pride that they have in their country, I think that's really remarkable. And I think India can achieve that, and we must achieve that, in fact. I think that is a duty that we have to our fellow Indians.